Billy Joel has written some of the most iconic songs in music history. But even legends have their idols and their enemies. Billy has openly praised 4 songwriters he believes are the best to ever do it. But there's one he couldn't stand, and his reason might shock you. Stick around because we're diving deep into Billy Joel's most admired songwriters, what made them so special to him, and revealing the one name that he completely trashed in public interviews. Let's start with someone Billy once called a genius who can turn a phrase better than anyone alive. That's none other than Paul Simon. Billy Joel and Paul Simon are both New York natives, both masters of lyrical storytelling, and both known for their emotional depth. Billy has said in interviews that Paul's songwriting inspired him early in his career. He described Simon's work on Bridge Over Troubled Water and The Boxer as timeless and untouchable. Joel admired how Simon could take a personal story and turn it into something that felt universal. That was a technique Billy would later apply to songs like Scenes from an Italian Restaurant and Vienna. What really struck Billy was Paul's ability to stay relevant while constantly reinventing himself. Joel saw Graceland as a bold move, a departure from Simon and Garfunkel's classic sound, but one that showcased Simon's brilliance as a songwriter. He didn't play it safe, Billy said. He chased the sound in his head, and that takes guts. Next up is Ray Charles. Yes, the soul legend. Billy Joel's admiration for Charles runs deep. In fact, Joel often credits Ray Charles as the reason he became a musician in the first place. As a child, he was captivated by Charles' passion, piano skills, and vocal delivery. When you listen to Billy's bluesier tracks like New York State of Mind, the influence is crystal clear. The phrasing, the piano fills, the raw emotion, it all ties back to Ray Charles. Billy once said, Ray Charles didn't just play music, he lived it. He sweated every note. But it wasn't just about sound. Joel admired Charles' ability to blend genres. Ray Charles wasn't confined to one box. He played gospel, jazz, blues, even country, and made it all feel authentic. That's something Joel tried to emulate, especially in his album, The Nylon Curtain, which jumps from rock to ballads to theatrical Broadway-style storytelling. The third name on Billy Joel's personal Mount Rushmore of songwriters? Lennon and McCartney. Okay, technically 2 people, but you can't talk about one without the other. Billy Joel was deeply influenced by the Beatles, both as a fan and as a musician trying to find his voice. He's been very vocal about how A Day in the Life and Strawberry Fields Forever opened his eyes to what songwriting could be. Billy often talks about how the Beatles were the perfect storm, melodic mastery from Paul, lyrical depth from John, and that duality was something Joel tried to capture in his own songwriting, melody with message. Billy has covered several Beatles songs in concert. He even played back in the USSR during his historic show in the Soviet Union in the 80s. For Joel, Lennon and McCartney weren't just songwriters. They were architects of modern pop music. Now let's talk about his 4th favorite. This one surprises a lot of people, Carole King. Carole King was a songwriting force long before she stepped into the spotlight with her album, Tapestry. Billy admired her work with Gary Goffin in the Brill Building, the hit-making factory in New York, where Joel himself later worked. He once said, Carole King could write songs that sounded like they'd always existed, like they came out of the sky fully formed. Joel loved how Carole's music could be both intimate and epic. Songs like It's Too Late and You've Got a Friend felt like she was speaking directly to you. Billy tried to achieve that level of emotional honesty in his own ballads like She's Always a Woman and Just the Way You Are. Carole's influence was especially clear when Billy released An Innocent Man, his tribute album to the doo-wop and soul sounds of the E50s and I60s. That record drips with nostalgia, something Carole King had mastered decades earlier. But while Billy was full of praise for these 4 songwriters, Simon, Charles, Lennon, McCartney, and King, there was one artist he just couldn't vibe with. And in the next chapter, we reveal the one songwriter Billy Joel publicly dismissed, along with the controversial reason why. Now that we've explored Billy Joel's 4 favorite songwriters, Paul Simon, Ray Charles, Lennon, and McCartney, and Carole King, it's time to reveal the artist he openly disliked. The one songwriter Billy Joel hated was Bob Dylan. This might surprise some people. After all, Dylan is considered a giant in the songwriting world. But Billy didn't hold back his criticism in interviews and casual conversations. Joel has said that Dylan's songwriting style was overrated and too cryptic for his taste. He felt Dylan often hid behind obscure lyrics, making songs difficult to connect with emotionally. According to Billy, good songwriting isn't just about clever words. It's about telling a clear story that touches people's hearts. He believed Dylan sometimes missed that mark. Billy also disliked Dylan's vocal style, which he described as grating and hard to listen to. While Joel himself is a pianist and prefers smooth, melodic vocal delivery, Dylan's raw, nasal singing didn't sit well with him. Some speculate that Joel's dislike came from competition. Dylan emerged earlier and defined the folk rock era, while Joel's style leaned more into pop and classical piano influences. Joel might have seen Dylan as a barrier to the kind of music he wanted to make. Despite his criticism, Joel still acknowledged Dylan's influence on the music world, saying, "Bob changed everything about songwriting. You can't ignore what he did. But that doesn't mean I have to like all his music." This complex relationship shows that even among great musicians, tastes and opinions can wildly differ. Billy Joel praised songwriters who combined storytelling, melody, and emotional honesty. And for him, Dylan missed the emotional connection part. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these influences shaped Billy Joel's own songwriting and legacy, and why his honest opinions about other songwriters reflect his passion for music's true craft. Billy Joel's respect for his 4 favorite songwriters, Paul Simon, Ray Charles, Lennon, and McCartney, and Carole King, shaped not only his music, but his whole career. Their influence helped him craft songs that are both deeply personal and widely relatable. From Paul Simon, Billy learned the power of storytelling through lyrics that are both poetic and accessible. Simon's ability to blend personal experience with universal themes encouraged Joel to write songs that connect emotionally with his audience. This is clear in classics like Piano Man and Goodnight Saigon, where Joel paints vivid pictures that anyone can feel. Ray Charles's blend of soul and blues inspired Billy's piano playing and vocal style, pushing him to pour raw emotion into every note. This influence gave Joel's music a depth that went beyond pop, crossing genres with authenticity and heart. The Beatles' Lennon and McCartney taught Billy the importance of melody and songwriting craftsmanship. Their songs showed him how to mix catchy hooks with meaningful lyrics, a formula Billy mastered in hits like Just the Way You and Uptown Girl. Carole King's honest, heartfelt songwriting motivated Billy to embrace vulnerability in his music. Her gift for crafting songs that feel like conversations inspired Joel's ballads and his ability to express complex emotions simply and beautifully. Together, these influences helped Billy Joel create a rich and varied catalog that remains beloved across generations. His candid opinions, including his dislike for Dylan's style, highlight how seriously he takes songwriting as an art form. Billy Joel's legacy is proof that understanding and respecting your influences can lead to greatness, while staying true to your own voice. And that's the story behind Billy Joel's 4 favorite songwriters and the one he hated. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about music legends.